and welcome to Live at 4 on this very busy Wednesday. We'll get right
Happy
to
December.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, it is.
The weather out there, we'll get to that in just a second. But first, topping the news today, murder and terrorism charges against the 15-year-old accused of killing 4 classmates and wounding many others in Michigan yesterday.
Plus, it was only a matter of time, and it didn't take long. The Omicron variant is now confirmed in the U.S.
Plus, we're hearing the words of Darrell Brooks' mother today. She explains why she believes her son drove through the Waukesha parade, killing 6.
And the nation's highest court takes on a landmark case that could challenge Roe v. Wade. We'll have updates outside the Supreme Court and the hundreds protesting the case.
But first, 15-year-old Ethan Crumberly has been charged as an adult with murder, attempted murder, and terrorism after 4 were killed and 7 more injured at a school shooting yesterday in the village of Oxford, Michigan. It's morning today. Crumberly and his parents appeared in court a little over an hour ago. The Oakland County prosecutor said they may be charged as well. During the court hearing, Oakland County Sheriff said that Crumberly had recorded a video the night before the violence in which he discussed killing students. Crumberly's dad bought the gun Ethan used in the shooting 4 days before it happened.
We can't wrap our head around the incredible cold-blooded murder of kids. And so we looked for a why.
Of the 7 victims that were injured, 4 remain hospitalized and 3 have now been treated and released. Officials also say they've obtained writings from the suspect's home and are examining those as well. The U.S. has its first confirmed case of COVID caused by the Omicron variant.
It was identified in a fully vaccinated patient in California. The individual traveled from South Africa on November 22nd, has mild symptoms, and is self-quarantining. This comes as the CDC readies new testing protocols for international travel.
You really can't take anything away from a single patient. It is we feel good that this patient not only had mild symptoms, but actually the symptoms appear to be improving.
The CDC is currently working to step up COVID testing requirements for travel to the United States. Right now, travelers have to be tested within 72 hours of arriving. But health officials are considering testing travelers 1 day before boarding U.S.-bound flights, regardless of their vaccination status or location. With Omicron being confirmed now in the U.S., demand for first vaccines and booster vaccines are increasing. So what are some tips to go and get one? At the moment, there are no appointments at the Alliance Center, and appointments at the Park Street Clinic are not available until December 27th. However, there are some walk-in slots available each day. Dane County is estimating it is going through about 250 appointments per day between their 3 clinics. If you're searching for a vaccine or a booster, they suggest using the Vaccine Finder tool, which can be found on the DHS website. Public Health does not expect vaccine demand to change anytime soon.
And we don't anticipate that changing either. We know that people are going to continue to be looking for boosters, especially now that everyone 18 and older is eligible for a booster. So we know that that's a need in our community, and we are continuing to explore whether that's at Alliant, continuing to be at Alliant, at mobile clinics based throughout the community. We're hopeful that we can continue to figure out how we can get people what they need.
Dane County Public Health says it has been encouraged that the demand has been so high. They're viewing it as a good thing, even though they know it's frustrating when you can't find an appointment. And don't forget area pharmacies and some grocery stores. Hy-Vee is offering vaccines, and also Walmart as well.
They are out there. You just have to search.
You have to do a little digging.
All right, let's take a look outside on this December 1st. Hard to believe.
Kind of gloomy, but it feels so mild.
I didn't wear a jacket.
Yeah.
Just a suit coat. Austin's in the backyard. It's a mild start to December, that's for sure.
Yeah, it really is. It's still 48 degrees outside right now, so talk about mild for the first day of December. It's not beginning to look a lot like Christmas just yet, but we do have some snow chances in our extended forecast that I want to detail a little bit later on in the broadcast especially. But high temperatures that we saw today, we reached 50 degrees here in Madison. 46 47 so far in Wisconsin Dells. Janesville about 52 degrees, and now we're at the point in the day where we're going to start to see these temperatures actually falling back. Wind speeds currently between 5 and 10 miles per hour, so really not even that bad. If we saw these stronger winds today, it wouldn't feel as nice outside, but because our winds are calm, it does feel great with those temperatures still in the upper 40s. But overall, not as much sunshine as I'm sure a lot of us would have seen. But we did end up staying dry. Later on tonight, much of the same is expected, but we do have a few chances for rain and even snow showers to detail a little bit later on. But for tonight, these temperatures are really not going to cool down too much. We're only going to drop back down into the lower to mid 40s, so it's really going to stay quite mild overnight here for tonight. Just take a peek at that expected low temperature, 43 degrees. Now we're going to see variable cloudiness here and there, but we do look to stay dry. That may not be the case, however, for the rest of the forecast, so make sure you stay tuned. I'll detail all the rain and snow chances we have along the way, and that's coming up in a bit.
It is December. It's coming. Austin, thank you. For the first time, the Waukesha parade suspect's mother is publicly speaking and bringing up questions about his mental health.
Darrell Brooks Jr. is accused of killing 6 people in the parade crash and injuring dozens of others. Brady Mallory joins us with a plea from Brooks' mother, who says her son was failed by the system. Brady?
Well, first of all, Don Woods says her family is giving their condolences to all of the victims and their families. It was nearly 2 weeks ago when Brooks allegedly drove an SUV right into the parade. 5 people died at the scene and a 6th, a child, died later. The community is still grieving for what was supposed to be an event to celebrate the holidays. In the letter, Woods says Brooks did not come from a bad family, but instead has struggled with his mental health since he was young. She says when he became an adult, he had no longer had the insurance or financial means to continue his medication and counseling, leading to multiple run-ins with the law. The letter goes on to say, "We're not making excuses, but we believe what has happened is because he was not given the help and resources he needed." Brooks has had a decades-long criminal record that includes arrests for sexual abuse, drugs, battery, and domestic abuse, and has been in and out of jail. His mother says jail is not the answer and argues facilities need to be equipped with resources to address mental illness. You can find her full letter on our website, channel3000.com.
Brady, thank you. After being struck by that car, the SUV in Waukesha parade tragedy, Eric Teagues spent more than a week at Children's Wisconsin, and last night he finally got to be surrounded by family and friends at home. A crowd gathered for Eric's return home. He was playing trombone when he was struck. He suffered a skull fracture and a C4 vertebrae fracture. His femur and ribs were broken, his lungs bruised and collapsed. Earlier in the day, volunteers built this ramp for Eric. Eric's dad hopes his son won't have to use it for very long. Eric had planned to play travel baseball this summer.
What are these next few weeks at home going to look like for him?
He's looking at a lot of doctor's appointments and physical therapy that we're going to have to take him to, and he's going to be going through trying to be able to walk again, you know, on his own without the use of a walker.
Eric's dad, Donald, is a Caledonia firefighter, and a fire truck escorted the family home. His co-workers were there to support them as well. The Teagues family thanks everyone for their support and also asks that you keep the other kids who are recovering at Children's in your thoughts as well. Well, a huge day at the U.S. Supreme Court where the future of abortion rights hangs in the balance.
Hundreds of protesters on both sides of the issue descended on the nation's capital as the 9 justices heard arguments in a case that could overturn Roe v. Wade.
Skylar Henry is outside the Supreme Court with more.
Protesters were divided by metal fences outside the U.S. Supreme Court. Inside, justices heard oral arguments for the most consequential challenge to the 1973 Roe v. Wade decision on abortion to date.
Life is worth protecting from conception. We're moving towards a society where we're forcing people to give birth, and that's not the solution.
At the heart of the case, known as Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization, is a Mississippi law that bans abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy.
This is a wonderful opportunity to return this to the people.
This case is a major test of the High Court's 6-3 conservative majority, with a decision expected before summer of next year.
Why should this court be the arbiter rather than Congress, the state legislatures, state Supreme Courts, the people?
They're going to be ready to say, no, you're just political. You're just politicians. And that's what kills us as an American institution.
21 conservative states have already passed laws banning all or almost all abortions if Roe v. Wade is overturned, while 16 states are working on legislation to protect access to abortion.
I support Roe v. Wade. I think it's a rational position to take.
A recent CBS News poll showed a majority want the Roe v. Wade decision to stay as is. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
Well, today is World AIDS Day, a day to show support for people living with HIV and remembering those who lost their lives to AIDS. On the UW-Madison campus, members of the HIV Care and Prevention Program placed more than 800 individual red ribbons on Bascom Hill, which will remain through the day, representing each individual living with HIV in Dane County, formed into the shape of one large red ribbon. The red ribbon is a global symbol for people living with HIV. The display is a reminder to the community that HIV is still something many of our friends and neighbors are managing every day.
Well, it may not be Giving Tuesday, but that didn't stop a group of culinary students from Madison College from doing something good. Last month, you may recall, we introduced you to Cliff and Yvonne Hooks, who run the Barneveld Community Cafe. When the pandemic hit, they decided to turn their business into a nonprofit, a place where everyone eats for free. Cliff and Yvonne, unfortunately, have been struggling recently with some medical issues and a death in their family. So they've had to put the free meals on pause. But today, Chef Paul Short traveled to Barneveld with some of his culinary students to serve a free lunch for the community.
And I think that oftentimes we think of shelters in or food pantries in the Madison area, which is nice to have that, but I also think that our rural communities have people out there that are suffering as well. So I think this is a grand idea to be out here doing this kind of thing.
Certainly is. Thank you, Paul. To get in touch, or if you'd like to volunteer or donate to the Barneveld Community Cafe, go to their website. It's Barneveld. It's Barneveld. Let's see, what is it here?
Barneveld.org/get involved.
I mean, I don't think that's, well, just Google Barneveld Community Cafe.
Anyway, it looks like a great lunch.
Yes, and actually, I called Paul after our story aired, and he did not hesitate. He said, we'll get our students together and we'll go out there and help out.
And they did.
And he's good on his word. So
Absolutely.
thank you to everybody at Madison College.
Speaking of food, Wisconsin may be the supper club capital of the world, but they didn't get their start here.
No, there is a new book out that chronicles the history of supper clubs and what makes them so popular. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Those drops you'll see probably won't touch me. I want to stay for the holidays.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back,
You may need to target inflammation. What? You may need to target inflammation. No!
over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating the eyes and may provide temporary relief. Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease. It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid eye drop specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you are allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Eyes you relieve, symptoms decrease. Xiidra can bring lasting relief.
This holiday, ask your doctor about Xiidra.
Grass looks great, Zeus. Hey, could you maybe trim the hydrangea too?
Sure thing, Kevin. You want me to do the box suits as well?
No. Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Hey, Medusa, let's boogie.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
This holiday season, give $50 or more to charity and receive $400 off stressless Mayfair recliners and office chairs. $200 off any stressless recliner and office chair. And $200 off each stressless sofa seat. Don't wait, it's time for stressless. Shop stresslessfurniture.com today.
Can I just say something real quick? It's barneveldcafe.org. Sorry, I just want to...
A lot easier.
Yeah, I just want to make sure, barneveldcafe.org.
All right. During a turbulent school year at Madison East High School, the district is working to put students at ease.
In this week's Eye on Education, we're taking a look at the district's therapy dog program. Bonnie is one of 2 of the district's certified WAGS dogs, trained in critical response. WAGS stands for Wisconsin Academy for Graduate Service Dogs. As you can see, students warm right up to Bonnie. She partners up with one of the district's licensed clinical social workers. This year, East High School has seen an uptick in fights, student protests, and the district reassigning the principals. So Bonnie has been visiting to help.
Bonnie is trained to provide lots of love and unconditional non-judgment and positive regard. So she has been trained as a service dog, a great opportunity for a kid who's maybe struggling to just get some additional support. As you can see, she's like melting into me right now.
Good girl, Bonnie. What a smile she has, too. Bonnie spends time at schools across the district. Earlier this year, Gina took her to Madison West High School after Simon Valesi, you'll recall, was killed in a car crash along with 3 other students from Middleton High School. The therapy dogs visit schools whenever they're needed, and sometimes they just pop in to say hi.
Stocks ended lower with news that the COVID variant has been found in the U.S. The Dow Industrials dropped 461 points, closing at 34,022. The NASDAQ fell 283, and the S&P 500 gave up nearly 54 points. Well, from the relish trays to the old fashions, there's just something about a supper club.
Boy, that's for sure. Did you ever wonder, where did the idea for a supper club come from? You can read all about it in author Ray Fayola's new book, his 3rd book about supper clubs.
We talked to him yesterday about his latest book, The Wisconsin Supper Club's Story, A History with Relish. What is it about supper clubs that so fascinates you?
Well, just their individuality, and yet we kind of know what they are, you know, so each one has its own character, usually has to do with the owner or ownership, the family that runs it, and the family lives there, so you're in their home.
Your latest book talks about the history of supper clubs, and here in Wisconsin, we sort of feel like we own that history. But where did supper clubs first begin?
Believe it or not, they began in London, England in the 1800s, in about around 1880 or so. The theatrical people wanted a place to go after the last performance, and the pubs would close too early. So they established supper clubs, which were membership only, but they could stay open all night, and you could have drinks, do some dancing, have some food, and literally until the cows came home.
So how did that concept jump the pond, as they say?
Yes.
Well, it eventually made its way to New York City, and there were a couple attempts that I talk about in the book with that people who tried to start a supper club of their own based on the London supper clubs, and they didn't go over. Well, they were very popular, but the local authorities kind of stamped them out. And eventually, the concept really took hold, especially during Prohibition. And then after Prohibition ended, they just continued to do what they were doing, and the concept spread across the United States. And the heyday was like the 50s and 60s, where pretty much every place had the word supper club on their shingle. So,
but it really became a Wisconsin phenomenon, almost a Wisconsin part of our heritage and tradition. There aren't many supper clubs in other parts of the country, are there?
Not anymore, no. At one point, like I say, all across the United States, there were so many supper clubs. I think Wisconsin, it stayed here because Wisconsin's known as such a recreational playground, and the supper clubs just fit that kind of lifestyle and that kind of laid back, going to a remote supper club in the woods kind of thing, you know, when you're out fishing or hunting or whatever you're doing up in Wisconsin. And so that it really suited us well, and that's why we've kept it all these years.
And it seems to be thriving here in the Badger State.
Yeah, and in fact, they're really doing well. There's been this huge return to the supper clubs, especially after people couldn't go out to restaurants at all, and now they're coming back in droves. In fact, Ishnala, there was the wait for a table was between 3 and 4 hours, so people were tailgating.
So they're not having to reinvent themselves to lure a younger crowd.
No, I think people are they do what they've always done, and younger people are saying, you know, we got to check this out, or if they've been when they were younger, or even, you know, as kids, they're going back as adults with their friends, and that's great because, you know, we need more younger people to find out about supper clubs.
Absolutely, and you can't miss the relish tray.
Right.
Well, thanks for being with us. Good luck with the book.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays. Great to see you.
Same to you.
Doesn't that sound good?
Some onion rings.
A little old-fashioned.
Surf and turf.
If you'd like to meet Ron or get a copy of the book, he's holding a book signing next week, Wednesday, December 8th at 6:30 at the Beloit Public Library, and the book is available everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be a great Christmas gift.
Love supper clubs.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 40 years since scientists identified HIV, the virus that causes AIDS.
Millions of people have died. Millions more are living with HIV. Dr. John LaPook was on the front lines when the pandemic started, and he takes a look back at the past 40 years when Live at 4 continues.
I was hurt in a car accident, and the insurance company offered me a check. I'm missing work from my injuries, and I could really use the money. Gruber Law Offices got my medical bills paid and money for time off work.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Now at Century House. Give $50 or more to charity and receive $400 off stressless Mayfair recliners and office chairs, $200 off any stressless recliner and office chair, and $200 off each stressless sofa seat. Don't wait. It's time for stressless. Donate and save at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. When it comes to saving money, the Marshalls are masterful. But back in the day, that was not the case. Today, savings is what drives them. That's why they chose Consumer Cellular.
You live and learn.
They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. Plus, AARP members get exclusive discounts. Switch today and get $100.
We all love reading the magazine, but did you know there's additional exclusive Madison Magazine content here on channel3000.com? Click on Madison Magazine for timely food stories and blogs on the local food scene that don't appear in the magazine. Find arts and entertainment and interesting Madisonians. There are featured columnists and online extras like photo galleries and videos. Channel 3000 and Madison Magazine. Together, they're your one source for all things Madison.
Who says it best?
One call, that's all. Gruber Law says one call, that's all.
Gruber Law offices, one call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
Take a look at this. Hundreds of people packed into the main square in the city of Nazareth to watch the annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony. The towering tree lit up in festive colors prompted the crowd to burst into cheers and applause. Nazareth holds a special place in Christianity as it's where Jesus Christ grew up and where an angel told Mary she would bear the child of God.
Oh, it's a beautiful tree.
If you want to get in the Christmas spirit, I guess go to the Holy Land.
Now all we need is a little bit of snow, but that's nowhere in sight, right?
No snow expected here for today. It would physically be impossible with the 50s that we saw.
But maybe in the long term.
In the long term, we have some cool downs to talk about, some snow chances as well, and maybe even a few chances to pick up some snowfall on the ground. So make sure you stay tuned. I'll have a look at your extended forecast right after this.
In Wisconsin, demand for nurses is heating up. With pressure rising to fill that shortage, Herzing University offers you a path to a BSN degree with no wait lists. I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
This year, don't just get ready, get holiday ready. And the only place to start is at your local Ford dealer. Get the Ford SUV that's perfect for your family's holiday traditions. Ford Explorer, Escape, or Bronco Sport with our best offers of the season. Inventory is arriving daily, so see your Ford dealer today and get holiday ready. Now get a Ford Edge with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,500 bonus cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
We're here at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, looking back at some of today's amazing plays.
Check it out, the old double play. 2 machines at once.
I'm not even sure that's allowed. And how about this celebration?
Man, these guys are on form. Yeah. And an incredible drink delivery. Whoa! What a great recovery.
Yeah, and that beer looks pretty delicious.
It sure does. Let's join them.
Heck yeah.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
It's a fact. 2 out of 3 Americans who qualify for Medicare do not receive all the benefits they deserve. You could be missing out. Now, Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield introduces a free Medicare plan checkup to make sure you receive all the benefits you qualify for in 2022. Call 1-855-597-0884 today and receive extra benefits for a $0 monthly premium. Benefits like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. And to help you stay healthy at home, you can have free prescription drug delivery, online doctor visits 24/7, and free exercise classes. You can even receive money towards over-the-counter health items. Call 1-855-597-0884 today and feel confident you have all the benefits you deserve for 2022. You can receive extra benefits for a $0 monthly premium, like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. Call 1-855-597-0884 and make sure you're not missing out.
To the thousands of Herzing University nursing and healthcare alumni, for your tireless commitment, and to all of your brave colleagues across America, we say thank you. I'm possible at
Herzing. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hey there and welcome back. We have seen some changes over the last few days with some of the snowfall events that we're looking at in our extended forecast, but one of them was never supposed to be today. We're actually looking at cloudy skies, mostly cloudy skies, and that's what we were really expecting for today. A very small potential to see a sprinkle later on tonight, but that's just about it. What we're looking out for right now, low 50s returning on Thursday, so if you like the temperatures today, you're going to enjoy tomorrow. I do think we have a little bit better of a chance to see a little bit more sunshine as well, but rain and even snow showers on Thursday night. That's going to be our next possibility to see maybe a rain shower, maybe even a snow shower. But with these temperatures as warm as they really are for today and even tomorrow as well, even if we do see some snow reaching the ground, it's likely going to melt on impact yet again. Small chance to see a dusting on Thursday night, but most of us are just not going to see that. But do we have any snow for the weekend? I'll jump to that here in just a moment. First thing that we're watching out for, Doppler track showing just up here to our northwest, some very light rainfall. And one of our models does try to bring that here into our area in the overnight hours, but it would just be in the form of a few sprinkles as it races on through pretty much in the dead of night. So most of us are not going to see that, and we're looking to stay dry for the most part. This is one of the few models that are actually showing that. And then for tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning, look at where the temperatures are starting out. Already in those lower to mid 40s. That's to start out our day for tomorrow. So it's going to be a pretty nice afternoon, especially with some sunshine sticking around. I'm very much so looking forward to it. But the temperatures will struggle to reach higher than 50 degrees for tomorrow, generally because of that northwesterly breeze that's likely going to continue to push through. But then taking a look at Thursday night and into Friday, this is what we're looking at here. Our southwestern communities likely going to see a little bit more additional warmth. So that means if you do see that precipitation, it'll likely fall as rainfall. But up here to our north and northeast, this is where we have our better chance to see a few of those flurries, some lighter snow showers here and there. Again, it's really going to struggle to actually stick to the ground with this event, and it's also going to be on the lighter side of things. So we're really looking at just a chance that's going to generally clear out by the time you reach the early morning hours of Friday. And then the rest of Friday is looking pretty good. But how about this for the weekend? Now, this is one of our latest models, and it's showing similar conditions to what we've seen these last few days, but a lot of that precipitation is going to stick up to our north. Based on our latest that we're looking at, we still may see a few rain showers, a possibility of some light snowfall mixing in here and there as well, especially towards the morning hours of Sunday. But for the most part, I don't think it's looking like a major snowfall event here locally for the weekend. We are going to see a little bit more precipitation than average towards the end of this forecast, and we do have that as well in our forecast. You're taking a peek right now at our extended forecast, and it does show the 50s returning again for tomorrow. Then we start to see the slide in temperatures. Friday, the mid-40s return all the way down into the mid-30s by the time you reach Saturday. That's when we're going to start to see those lighter precipitation chances. Next Tuesday and Wednesday as well. That's going to be that next system after this weekend that we're watching out for as of right now.
Lower 40s, I assume, is about normal.
Yeah, upper 30s, low 40s. It's actually 37 degrees for today, so
Wow.
that's normal.
Now,
We're
this
well
is a
above
gift at this time of year.
This is an early Christmas gift. It doesn't feel like it, but today and tomorrow, early Christmas gifts.
It makes running errands and stuff and shopping so much easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, clean your car, do whatever you can out there. Perfect time for it.
All right, Austin, thank you.
Thank you, Austin.
On this World AIDS Day, it's estimated about 36 million people have died from HIV-related causes, and about 38 million people are living with the virus.
There is still no cure. CBS News chief medical correspondent Dr. John LaPook reflects on his own experience working during the height of the AIDS crisis.
He went back to a place central to that time in his life.
In the fall of 1976, I entered medical school. I was eager to make a difference. But when you're a first-year medical student, you don't know a whole lot of medicine. So my contribution to clinical care was basically limited to bringing my college singing group to the hospital to entertain sick children. I graduated in May 1980, and off I went to start my internship as a newly minted doctor at what was then called Columbia Presbyterian Medical Center. Then, in March of 1981,
federal health officials consider it an epidemic, yet you rarely hear a thing about it.
I saw my first patient with what would become known as AIDS. He was suffering from something I had never seen before, an eye infection from a common virus that a normal immune system could usually handle. But his immune system was anything but normal. He died. And for years, so did every single patient with AIDS who I helped care for. So many of them were in what should have been the prime of their lives. They all had so-called opportunistic infections that attacked people with weakened immune systems. HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, would not be discovered for another 2 years. But we were all discovering firsthand that it could decimate the immune system.
We're all scared to death. We'd like to know what the hell we're supposed to do here. You know, what should we do? Should we stay home and lock ourselves back in the closet? Or, you know, what should we do?
We don't know what we're dealing with, and it's deadly, and it's transmissible.
Wow. And it was right here, in this very amphitheater, where students and staff got together for what was called grand rounds, trying to figure out what in the world was going on. We all felt helpless, and I certainly didn't think I was making a difference.
I'm 31 years old, and I've watched a great many of my friends die.
Sometimes patients would get better for a while if their infections were treatable, but they would always get readmitted to the hospital. I remember one man especially well, a car mechanic in Washington Heights, a husband and a father, a lovely guy who could not have been more grateful for the care we gave him, even though our care didn't prevent his death.
We want to live. That is all we want, America.
Then, in 1987,
for the first time, a drug to treat AIDS patients got final government approval today. The drug AZT is not a vaccine against the disease, nor a cure.
It was astonishing. Finally, some hope. And thanks to scientific research, the treatment gradually improved over the years, and HIV/AIDS became a more chronic, though often still devastating, condition. Over the next 30 years, images of those brutal early days remained with me, but they mostly stayed in the background. Then, 10 years ago, I saw The Normal Heart, a gut-wrenching play about the early days of the epidemic. At the end, the names of people who had died of AIDS were projected on the walls of the theater. I couldn't move, my eyes filled with tears, as the sadness of that time came flooding back. Those memories were a big reason why, in April of 2020, I helped out on the COVID wards at NYU Langone Health, where I'm a professor of medicine. I wanted to share what I had learned with the young students, doctors, and nurses who might be feeling as helpless as I did in 1981. They were way ahead of me. They had already arranged for their patients who were in isolation to video chat with loved ones, or kept them company by sitting at the bedside. They understood the therapeutic value of human touch, of reaching out and holding a hand. They also seemed to understand it was okay to shed a tear or two, and it was okay to take advantage of mental health services. Over the years, I've learned there are all sorts of ways to make a difference, and it's almost never something as dramatic as saving somebody's life. Much more often, it's by making their journey gentler, by showing them compassion and empathy, by listening, by being present.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Ashik, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside, but if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on inside. It's true, with diabetic retinopathy, excess sugar can damage blood vessels, causing vision loss or even blindness. So remember this, now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is important to your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments that may help your eyes and protect against vision loss. Visit nowic.com and take control of your sight.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get $100 on every new line. Call or go online.
Hupy and Abraham has been voted best by the public year after year. Now, top media outlets have rated them best personal injury law firm.
You have one opportunity to call the best.
Hupy and Abraham.
They got me $750,000.
Over $1 million.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business. Call Hupy and Abraham, 800-800-5678 right now.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Tonight at 5, the Omicron coronavirus variant reaches the United States. Tonight on News 3 Now at 5, what you need to know.
Temperatures are around 50 degrees this afternoon, and tomorrow should be just as mild. Temperatures will stay above normal until Tuesday, when we could see some sticking snow. My forecast at 5.
And then at 6, find out what the mother of the suspect in the Waukesha parade killings had to say in a public letter to the victims.
Welcome back, everyone. Millions of us own gas-powered lawnmowers, but that could soon be changing.
One state is making the switch to electric mowers, and experts believe other states could eventually do the same. Anthony Pura explains.
David Hernandez is with Sod and Turf Pros in Los Angeles and has used gas-powered equipment for years. He understands electric tools are the future, but there are pros and cons.
You won't be having all that gas up your nose, be inhaling it, because, I mean, I've been there, I've done that.
One trade-off is usage time. He bought an electric leaf blower, but has to operate it sparingly.
It doesn't last as long, right? So we use a battery, it only lasts me like 20, 30 minutes. And then after that, I have to go charge it.
Homeowners are snatching up e-powered products, but it's a harder transition for lawn care companies running lots of devices all day. Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill into law, making California the first state to ban the sale of gas-powered lawn equipment by 2024 in an effort to curb emissions. Lawmakers supporting the ban say the gas-powered equipment produces high levels of pollutants that impact human health, emissions that can lead to lung cancer, heart disease, and respiratory problems. According to the California Air Resources Board, using a commercial gas-powered lawnmower for an hour creates the same amount of smog-forming pollution as driving a car 300 miles from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. USC environmental law professor Robin Craig says other states could follow.
We'll see how manufacturers react. I think the easier that manufacturers make it for other states to adopt the same sort of ban, the more states will do it.
Hernandez and consumers can still use their gas-powered lawnmowers in 2024, but any brand new equipment purchased will have to be electric. Anthony Pura, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Interesting.
A lot of extension cords.
Right.
Going to be adding up. Well, still to come at Ford, despite the reports of its demise, the sedan is alive and sort of well.
We'll go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in the 2022 Lexus ES 350 luxury sedan. Beautiful car. That's when Live at 4 continues.
What makes Salonpas Arthritis Gel so good for arthritis pain? Salonpas contains the most prescribed topical pain relief ingredient. It's clinically proven, reduces inflammation, and comes in original prescription strength. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Belly pooch. Muffin top. Back fat. Sound familiar?
Stubborn fat is not your fault. We can help you here at Sonobello by permanently removing that stubborn body fat.
It's not just about inches lost, it's about changing people's lives and giving them the confidence they deserve to have.
Sonobello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist with board-certified surgeons who are dedicated to transforming lives with permanent fat removal in just one visit.
We're the leading experts because we are passionate about what we do. Wherever there's excess fat, we can remove it.
At Sonobello, we're here to help you reach your goals so that you can live your life to the fullest.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-740-3917 or go to sonobello.com.
An official message from Medicare.
What's up, everybody?
Mary and I just compared Medicare plans.
Found one that's going to save us money all next year. James, I told you it was open enrollment.
Yes, you did. We used the plan finder at Medicare.gov.
Oh, I see what you mean. Makes it easier to compare health and prescription plans.
They sure can change year to year.
Compare plans now at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th.
Hey, honey, let's take a look.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
It's time to choose a Medicare plan. So why not choose a 5-star Medicare Advantage HMO plan from Quartz? Starting as low as $0 per month, including medical, hospital, and prescriptions, and dental, vision, and hearing aid benefits. Learn more. Call us today to find a plan that fits your budget and your lifestyle. Quartz offers the region's top-rated Medicare Advantage plans, and they're now even more exciting. New for 2022, the Quartz Cash Card gives you the freedom to spend up to $460 annually on a variety of health-related products and services. And Quartz gives you access to an all-star team of high-quality providers, featuring UW Health, giving you the 5-star treatment you deserve. Because at Quartz, you're the star of our 5-star Medicare Advantage plans. Don't wait. Call now to get plan details from Quartz or speak with one of our enrollment specialists today.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just a cold. If you have high blood pressure, a cold is not just a cold. Unlike other cold medicines, Coracetin provides powerful cold relief without raising your blood pressure. Be there for life's best moments with Coracetin, now in sugar-free liquid.
And welcome back. Just a quick peek at traffic. Things moving along quite nicely here in Madison. About an hour and a half ago, we did hear a report of an incident along I-39. That since has been cleared up, and traffic is now moving along quite nicely, mostly everywhere.
All right, Austin, thank you. This driver of an Australian car meet decides to put on a show by burning some rubber. What he doesn't know is that an unmarked police car is right behind him. Seconds after he starts, the police sirens go on. In Australia, they have strict laws against aggressive, antisocial behavior, including burning tires. The driver had his car impounded for 30 days.
Yeah, you cannot tell that's a police car. Oh, that's bad luck.
That's bad karma. Well, back in 1989, Lexus, the luxury division of Toyota, introduced its ES series of cars. Now in its 7th generation, the 2022 Lexus ES250 and 350 are now on sale.
In a market dominated by SUVs and trucks, there are still people who want a sedan, and Lexus is happy to oblige.
Let's check out the 2022 Lexus ES350 as we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs.
Believe it or not, people still make sedans, Mark. And this is one of the classics, the Lexus ES. You know, this is used to be the bread and butter of Lexus's lineup.
This is the top seller.
Yeah, very much so. And now, though, it's the RX, the SUV, the midsize SUV that is taken over from this. But there are still people who prefer sedans, believe it or not.
And Harvey says the ES350 is a good one.
If what you're looking for is smooth, comfortable, quiet, luxury, Lexus does that as well as anybody.
So is this sort of the cool jazz of the car world?
There you go. You're going to set Sirius XM to smooth jazz and put your, set the cruise control, relax, and enjoy the ride.
The ES350 is a front-wheel driven car. The ES250, a smaller engine version, is available in all-wheel drive and a hybrid version. The 250 starts around $40,000. Our 350 test car comes with the ultra-luxury trim, pushing it past the $51,000 mark. But that's all in.
Go ahead, hop behind the wheel there and take a look. You've got a lot of nice finishes here. You've got a really nice wood trim, great leather, hand stitching. Yeah, you've got soft touch on the dash. You've got this Mark Levinson audio system, which is one of the better premium audio systems.
Luxury and all the latest tech, something you'd expect in a luxury car. So who does this car appeal to? Well, there's one little hint.
One feature I did see in this that really cues who this is for is look what's in the center console there below the radio.
us kids, that's a CD player.
A CD player, Mark. You can still put your CDs in. What? So, yeah, I mean, little cues like that let you know that they're probably targeting an older buyer here, but somebody who really appreciates comfort.
And for someone who wants reliability.
This is a 3.5-liter V6. Nicely hidden under the plastic, as always. But a traditional power plant. No hybrid, nothing in this.
No turbo.
No turbo. This is just a naturally aspirated V6, makes 300 horsepower, which is more than enough for this vehicle. It's a classic Toyota Lexus powertrain that is proven, and with this and the transmission on it, it's one of the most worry-free powertrains on the market today.
What year is it?
Hey, Mark, it's still a 2022 model, and they're going to be making these things for a lot longer. They may not be selling as many, but yes, we're moving to electrification. We're moving to fully electric vehicles, and that's the future. This may be a bit of a throwback, but it's a darn good throwback.
Smooth jazz.
That was a nice touch, the music.
Harvey joins us now. Welcome.
Hi, Harvey.
Hi, how are you guys?
So if you're in the market for a sedan, you almost have to buy a foreign-made car.
Yeah, there are very few American-made sedans anymore. You've got the 2 Teslas, you've got 2 models from Cadillac, and then the Chrysler 300 is still being made, believe it or not, as well as the Dodge Charger. But you can't get a sedan from Chevy or Ford.
Interesting. What qualifies as a sedan? What's the definition?
The sedans are, you know, your traditional 4 doors with a trunk. And, you know, they're not lifted. They're not SUVs. So that's really, you know, it was the mainstream of cars all through the 50s, 60s, 70s, and even into the 80s. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden, the SUVs came on, and that's what the American market is really buying now.
But as we said in the piece, there is still a market for a sedan.
Yeah, there is very much. I mean, you know, mostly at the premium end, it feels like, although you can get a Corolla and you can get a Camry still, and Kia and Hyundai are all making sedans. But it feels like, you know, the premium end of the market is really where a lot of people go for those sedans.
Did we say how much this car costs?
That one was $51,000.
Okay.
All right. RidesandDrives.com for more information on this and all the cars we drive. Harvey, good to see you.
Good to see you, Harvey.
Great to see you.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo should probably be called McGann Furniture and Flooring because we're the area's oldest and most experienced floor covering store. Our friendly staff will explain the many types of flooring available, answer questions, and make suggestions so you can choose what's best for your home and lifestyle. We always offer free in-home measurements and estimates and use the finest installers in the entire area. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, in over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Get all the cleaning items you need at Menards. Check out our great selection of Liebman products. Our shelves are stocked with brooms, mops, scrubbers, and more to keep your home sparkling clean. Save big on all Liebman cleaning supplies. Get the best batteries for your electronics with Railback. Right now, get a 24-pack of high-energy AA or AAA batteries for just $4.99 each after rebate. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
RHD Plumbing presents their Titletown Winter Getaway Contest. Win a 2-night stay in Green Bay's Titletown, including food, drink, and entertainment gift cards. Visit the contest page on channel3000.com and enter today.
Where have all the truck drivers gone? There's not a trucking company that doesn't have a sign out, help wanted.
Mark Kane takes you inside a local diesel driving school to find out what's causing the driver shortage and what's being done to get them back on the road. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
And welcome back. One final check of our 10-day forecast. It does show a beautiful day for tomorrow, a high of 50 degrees. And then we are watching out for some rain showers, a possibility of some snow mixing in over the weekend, especially on Sunday. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This year, don't just get ready, get holiday ready. And the only place to start is at your local Ford dealer. Get the Ford SUV that's perfect for your family's holiday traditions. Ford Explorer, Escape, or Bronco Sport with our best offers of the season. Inventory is arriving daily, so see your Ford dealer today and get holiday ready. Now get a Ford Edge with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,500 bonus cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
Now at Century House. Give $50 or more to charity and receive $400 off stressless Mayfair recliners and office chairs, $200 off any stressless recliner and office chair, and $200 off each stressless sofa seat. Don't wait. It's time for stressless. Donate and save at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
In today's Final Touch, with Christmas less than a month away now, trainee Santas are very busy.
They're preparing for a busy festive season. A collection recently gathered in London for a class to learn some helpful tricks and techniques. Gathered here at the Ministry of Fun, these trainee Santas are learning things like learning how to laugh. They're also learning how to deal with a hybrid working situation, both from home in the North Pole and from their office. The Grotto introduced last year a video call service that lets children greet Santa Claus, called Santa HQ, is set to be popular this year as well. Demand for in-person Santas has skyrocketed as well, forcing the manager of this Santa school to recruit more and more jolly old elves. It's a second career for us.
The Ministry of Fun. Be fun to work there.
That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News Suite Now at 5 starts right now.